Okay, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties, but still here. So, welcome to another episode of Finding Your Purpose. And today I wanted to give some motivational words to speak. Um, you know, how could I start this? Um, there's a lot of people that don't know my story, or for people who have purchased my book, you guys know quite a bit. Um, so therefore, I'm not a quitter at anything that I do. So I wanted to try to spread that same energy to others everywhere. Like, not only through my book, but sometimes it helps to just refresh people's mind that it's okay. No matter what you go through, you got this. You're going to make it. And one of the key things I wanted to touch on is success. Because there's a lot of people who they try this and that and the third, and it just doesn't work out. But see, the key to that is you got to keep trying. You can't just stop because it's not working at the time or whatever. You Everybody's different. So just because the person on the right may complete something in this fashion or this amount of time, and the person on the left can complete the same thing, it may take them a little more time, or they might have to take a different route. And that's all fine. That's fine and dandy. But when you're sitting and talking to these people and they're like, well, I did this, and I did this, and you should do this. No, it is important to listen to people when they're giving advice, but that doesn't mean you have to take it. And I'm not saying, don't take anybody's advice. I'm just saying you can take bits and pieces and apply it to your life, or apply it to what you're trying to do, and still get it done. One of the things I want you, if you don't take anything but one thing from what I'm saying, please take this. Now, listen closely. Failure is the condiment to success's flavor. Let me say that again in case it went over your head. Failure is the condiment to success's flavor. Meaning, there's going to be some things that we might fail at, but when we succeed after trying it again or finding something that we like better, when we succeed, it's going to taste so good. So just don't give up. Take it from somebody like me who I'll just use school for example and some of the experiences I went through. Um in college wise, I'll use college. When I first started college, I was like, "Oh yeah, I I just want to take some classes. I just want to get something, so I won't feel like a piece of crap, in life. Let me do something." I was like, whatever, when you first started. But, I'd say by the second semester, I was like, oh, I can do this, I can do this. It's gonna be some bumps in the road, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get me a degree. Okay. So, it was a little rough with some classes, because not every professor can grab your attention like others. So, I was like, mm, not really feeling this field. Y'all, let's be real. I changed my major about 3, 4 times, and that's okay. But I knew I was gonna succeed because I wasn't gonna let myself, quit. And during that time, I was like, nah, nah, you know, I just don't know. I took classes, for like to become a social worker, and I was like, nah, that's not for me. I mean, I love helping, with kids and stuff, but I was like, social work isn't for me. Then I took a class, well, I took several classes to become a botanist. And I was like, nah, the whole plant stuff, nah, that's not for me. And mind y'all, because I know some people might be like, oh, well, were you just playing the financial aid game? No, I was not playing the financial aid game because I wasn't even receiving financial aid. Um, so I was like, I'm gonna give it another shot. So then I ended up taking child development classes, like them a lot, because we have a big family, a lot of kids, this and that. I know y'all know I love the kids because I have enough nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff to fill a whole stadium. And I just love kids. No, I don't want my own. um, just kidding. But yeah, so I kind of related to that. So did good in that. Then I liked the aspect of like, you know, the taking the certain classes to like relieve stress. And for me, that was drama. So I took a couple of drama classes, end up going all the way and got the drama degree. You know, make a long story short, I ended up graduating with 4 degrees. So yeah, I would like to say I did that thing. 4 degrees. So that way, if I ever decide to not do the child care, or as many of you guys know, I'm into sign language interpreting, which I love. But if I wasn't doing that, I would have other things to fall back on. But no, it wasn't easy. I failed classes several times, had to retake them. But I was like, no, I'm not going to give up, because I've never given up on anything in my life, and I'm not going to start now. So, that's one of the things that bother me with people today. When I'm somewhere and, I hear conversations about people just gave up on, you know, certain things, like they quit going to school, or they quit this job, and the reasoning is so weak. It's irritating. It's like, no, you have the keys to your success. You have to have the will to continue. You have to do it. Nobody's going to hold your hand, but I guarantee you it will be so much sweeter if you just do it. And maybe that area where you were at, maybe that's not for you, but please find something, you know, something that you can succeed at. Don't just give completely up. Like, and that's what a lot of people in today's society do. They give up and they wonder why 10, 15, 20, whatever years pass them by, and they're still in that same predicament. That's not, you're not going to get anywhere. Nobody's going to come knocking at your door and, oh yeah, I got this beautiful career for you, no, you have to work at it. And another thing I want to point out, college is not for everybody. It's not. You can be successful in other areas. Maybe if you have a family member that's successful and can put your foot in the door for something that they're doing, and you're really good at it, and you can take off and eventually branch off and have your own stability, in whatever area. Or maybe you have some friends that can help you get your foot in the door, and what they're doing, you're good at, and you can branch off into your own situation. The point is to never give up. You can't let the naysayers win. And believe me, I have been turned down a lot. But see, one thing about me is, don't tell me I can't do something. Because if you tell me I can't do something, that just fuels me up to prove you wrong. Because I love to laugh in someone's face. When they tell me I can't do something, I love it. That's my fuel to be like, okay, I can show you better than I can tell you. I mean, for instance, I had a college guidance counselor when I was going through the whole thing of switching classes and getting tired of you know doing work in these classes. And now the work was fine, but I just couldn't figure out why, when it came to like certain tests and stuff, it wasn't, yeah, I wasn't getting it. Wasn't getting it. But now, if you ask me certain questions about like what was going on, what did we have lectures on, whatever, I could tell you. But when it came to the test, not good. I found out that I had test anxiety. But see, the guidance counselor never brought that up. I never knew it was a thing. I never knew it was a thing until I start, going to these certain programs that they had on campus, things like that. But the guidance counselor is just going to tell me, well, you know, college isn't for everybody. Maybe you shouldn't, maybe you should choose a different path. But see, the way she said it wasn't how I'm telling you guys. The way she said it was very rude. She was like, well, college isn't for everybody. Like, I just totally don't belong there. And, I took that very offensively. And I was like, oh, no, 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 not happening. She is not going to disrespect me like that. But I tell you what, on graduation day, of course, this was like a few years later, because I ended up majoring in all these things at once. So that takes time. That takes time because you need a certain amount of classes for this degree. You need certain classes for this degree. So it ended up taking some time, but I knew I was gonna make it, so I didn't give up. But on graduation day, she came up and said, "You did it." I was like, "Uh huh." And you thought I couldn't, and I just told you and walked away. See, a lot of people judge people based off of how they interact with the person, and it's not, how do I want to put it. I know they say first impression is everything, but not always, because some people, it takes them a minute to open up, and I'm one. So if I meet you for the first time, I may be like, hi, how you doing, and that's that. And depending on the way that I sound, or the way that it may seem, it may seem like I don't have what it takes to succeed in whatever I'm doing. But that's not the case, because once you get to know me, once I feel comfortable, I'll start opening up and asking questions and showing you another side of me. But if I don't do that at first, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to apply myself. It's just, it takes a minute to open up. And, so that's why I kind of have a problem when people say first impression is everything, because it depends on the way that you mean it. Because in certain situations, it can be, but a lot of these college professors, a lot of the administrators and school counselors and all that, they judge you off of you know, your first couple of meetings, and they shouldn't do that. Just like in the workplace, you shouldn't be judged off your first interaction, you know, right away, like, with your managers and stuff. Now, if it's something bad that went on, okay, and if you're acting nonchalant to the situation, then I could see them, you know, keeping their eyes open. But a lot of time you're nervous with your first interaction with your managers or the head boss or anything like that. That doesn't mean that you're not applying yourself to do what they asked of you. You're just nervous. So again, I think when people say, you know first impression is everything, it depends on what it is. So, you know, when I see people just giving up or making excuses as to why they haven't, took a step forward in something that they say they want to do, it's very irritating, especially when it's close to home, such as, you know, so, family members. It irritates me because you can sit there and come with a slew of excuses. Just get your ass up and apply yourself. I mean, look at me. Like, if anybody could come up with excuses, it could be me. But nope, nope, nope. That is not me. That is not how I roll. You know, even in, writing, my books, like right now, I'm a little PO'd because the third book should be out. And here I am barely going to get the second one out. And I'm pissed off because of the pandemic and then them, you know, dragging their feet, which in turn that makes me look like I'm dragging my feet. But no, no, no. Everything on my part is done. But, you know, they're the ones that really, really push the things through. But, I'm kind of getting mad because I'm missing out on opportunities. Um, like not too long ago, I got a call where they wanted to take my first book to London, but can't do that, not yet, until certain things are in place. So then that means I have to go through the whole process again of them even wanting to do it. And then also, they want to make first book into a film, which everything's okay on my end, but they have to get the okay from them because they're the ones who published it. The movie could have been out. Everything could have been out. But, you know, patience is key. Have to be patient. Hey, maybe God's trying to turn it into a different direction or something, but just got to be patient. So, if I wanted to, I could use all these excuses and just be like, well, forget it. Forget it. I'm not gonna, even try to do this. I'm not going to try to do that. But it gets nowhere. It gets nowhere. So the important thing to do, what this is what I do, and I'm pretty sure others can do it too. To avoid the excuses, to avoid the naysayers, take small steps every day. This is what you can do. Write down what you want to do. Make like a vision board. Write down what you want to do, put it on the board, and look at it every day. And take small steps. Okay, I got to do this and this in order to achieve the goal. You can do the smallest things first and cross it off. Every time you achieve something on that board, cross it off. Before you know it, you have accomplished a goal or several goals. Just write it down. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody about it until you achieved it, that's fine too, because that's how I am. I'm not one to, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and that. Now I may sit and tell people when the situation is in the works, but when it's just a thought, that's between me and my thoughts, because I don't want to hear people, oh no, 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 you can't do that, no, you should do it this way, no, 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 I'm gonna do it the way I want to do. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, because we're all human, but we all do things differently. That doesn't mean we don't achieve the same goal. We just go about it on a different road. And there are some people who, oh well, if you don't do it the way, they'll say, oh, it can't be done. Who says it can't be done? You're not God. You can't tell me that whatever I want to do is not going to be achieved just because it's not the route that you took. We're all human and we do things differently. So just write your things down on a vision board, and each day as you achieve it, cross it off. Cross it off. And, when you are thinking about something, for instance, when I was sitting thinking about, you know, writing a book, I am my own worst critic. So, there's nothing nobody could say that I haven't said about myself already. So that's why it's like, mm, uh, okay, when someone's kind of negative, it's like, okay, because I already thought what they were saying about myself. So who cares? Um, but I was sitting back. Matter of fact, it was after the graduation. Got home, was sitting back thinking. I was like, damn, I did that. I achieved that. I did that. I was like, dang, what am I gonna do now? Cause y'all know, the people that know me, y'all know I can't have too much time on my hands. It's irritating. I have to stay busy. So, you know, what I did was like, I'm gonna write a book. And I did that. And once that got done, but mind you, I doubted myself in that too. But I was like, nope, not gonna doubt myself. And people were like, just do it, just do it. Did that, got the okay from friends and family. Did that. They loved it, whatever. Did a second one, did a third one. See, you have to get over your fear of not accomplishing anything, and you can do that. Just believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then who else is gonna believe in you? All you need is the belief in yourself that you can and will achieve what it is you set out to do. So, with that being said, you guys, I don't want to hold, I don't want to keep rambling, I should say. Anyway, my battery was going to die on the, but I just remember to never give up. You have the keys to your success. Write down what it is you're trying to achieve and the steps it takes, and every day take a little step closer to what it is you're trying to achieve. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And remember, as I said at the beginning, failure is the condiment to your success. Don't forget that. And as I always say, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support the channel, I will have my Cash App in the information box below. I love you all, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the show. And like I said, don't let anybody tell you anything different. Love ya, and we out.